Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Universe. I am Aaron St Denis. Follow me everywhere at FF Mad Scientist. Joined today by I almost said you got me talking about Jeremy Show. You are not Jeremy. You are Jesse Moeller. Fuck, man, it's late. I don't do late shows. I'm used to being at soccer practice now,
man.
So I'm not on top of my game. That is, in fact, Jesse Moeller at jmoeller05. I'll pretend like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but we are here for the Creatures of the Night, a Vampire League. 12 team. We've got pretty much standard scoring, I think it is. Let me double check our settings here before we get into it. Nothing fancy, I don't believe. I think it's half PPR. That's really the only, it's standard. There's one QB, so it's single QB, 2 running back, 2 receiver, a tight end, 2 flex, kicker, defense. 15 rounds, so it's at 5 bench spots. The only thing that will be different than usual here is the 12 spot is going to auto draft. They have to draft only retired players. And then after the draft, they get to go in and use the waiver wire to add all the players they want. They are the only team, the 12 spot here, they're the Vampire. They're the only team that can use the waiver wire all season. So if I lose my quarterback in week 2, my options are, play the rest of the year with no quarterback or make a deal with the devil and say, hey, I'll give you this running back to add me, this quarterback off of waivers and trade him to me, blah, blah. So, you got to either take one for the team and just be screwed, or you make a deal with the devil. And next thing you know, the Vampire is the beast. But
we got to snake the Vampire early. We don't want him to get going because then it's trouble.
Well, that's what I said. I've had leagues where the Vampires started 0-6. And it's been basically an 11-team league, and there was just a bye week there. And I've had them where they start 4-2, 5-1, even 6-0, and they get on a roll. You're screwed because you'll never beat them, and they get stronger and stronger. We're gonna cue this up here. It's gonna act just like a regular redraft league, like I said, except for afterwards. I forgot to hardwire my internet, so I'm going to let you talk for a second here. You may see me freeze briefly as I plug myself in. So
you're good. Yeah, as makes sense. 1 QB, McCaffrey goes right off the board, the 101. It's interesting with these settings, right? Because all of us non-vampires, we do not get to use the waiver wire. So this is similar to, we're treating this like a best ball draft, but you're just starting spots, like you're picking your starting roster spots, because if you miss somebody, like if you take McCaffrey and you don't have his backup, if you don't have an Elijah Mitchell, whoever it is, like their backup, right? You just completely lose that position. And then on top of that, there's the aspect of if you lose to the Vampire, he's going to take your Christian McCaffrey. So it's just interesting strategy in general. And hopefully Mr. Reddit joins us, Jeremy. But if he gets auto-picked, he's going to get CeeDee Lamb. Not the worst auto-pick in the world. It is what it is, but we'll see. It could happen. I'm not sure.
Why do I never get an auto-pick CeeDee Lamb? One sec. I'm going to keep talking here, but you may lose me here.
You're good. Yeah, you're fine. I did not know I was in free hold all. That's interesting. I thought I was in the back. Okay. Oh, there goes CeeDee Lamb. I actually kind of want to see Lamb. Yeah, I'm probably going to go Tyreek here. As fun as this is. How many starting rounds? I got to look up the roster spots. So 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers. Yeah. So this is what we did last time where we went running back early. I think I'm actually going to go wide receiver early this time and live with it. I'm just going to take Tyreek and go with Tyreek because everything with Tyreek, man, he's the best wide receiver in the NFL. So until he drops off, I'm going with Tyreek. I want to hold on to that as soon as possible. The early bye week, it's kind of whatever. I don't really care. I'm just trying to take the best players. And strategy, I'm not too worried about with this setting. So I was like, if I got a shot for Tyreek, I'm going to take
him. Scoring, we have full PPR, no tight end premium. So I was slightly off.
There's bonuses for big games at the bottom. It's 1 point and stuff like that. So if you look at the bottom of the roster, I was looking at it. It's 100-point games, 200-point, 100-yard games, you get a bonus. So there's those types of things.
We have a slight addition. Welcome, Gabe Sanchez. He is Equinox FF on Twitter. He is currently the 11 spot in here. Shia LaBeouf. How's it going, man?
Not too bad. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Just enjoying another draft. This is what we do.
Vampire League. I made this a 9:00 draft because I normally am just getting home from soccer with my kids' soccer about an hour ago, but it got rained out tonight, so I sat around all day going, I should just move this up to 6:00 and be done with it. But
hey, Jamie.
Since you're here, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you and your work?
So I'm at on X. I'm at the Equinox FF, the way I got it right here. And then on Sleeper, just hit me up. I'm Shia, the one and only.
All right, sounds good. We are halfway through. I see some people have read the settings here, and it is full PPR because we have a run on wide receivers here, which is understandable. Full PPR, not tight end premium. I still think I like Christian McCaffrey as the 101, but the 6 consecutive receivers probably makes sense to me.
Yeah, those running backs are going to be tantalizing here in a second. And there goes one. Yeah, as we expected.
I just realized I'm after you, so I might go another one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know where I want to go here. I like the running backs on the board much more than I like the receivers. The problem is it's full PPR. But I think since this is a snake draft and I have only 2 people after me, I think I'm just going to take the running back I want and then worry about a receiver later. So I'm going to go Breece Hall.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping would make it to me.
Makes sense. Where are you leaning here, Shia?
What's up? I'm on this pick right here.
Oh, JT.
Yeah.
So why JT over Barkley or Gibbs?
So with Barkley, I still don't know what they're going to do with the tush push, when Barkley's going to be getting any of the carries. With Taylor, I feel like they're not going to run Richardson as much. So I feel like Taylor will get a good amount of work.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, one sec. This is supposed to be an auto pick here. So he set it up, but Sleeper's notorious for not actually doing the auto pick. So I'm going to let it auto pick Fitzmagic.
Fitzmagic, baby. We're so bad.
He did say
we're so bad.
Okay, so I like my theory of going running back first even more because I said I have 2 people. I forgot one of them's the vampire. So he did set a queue, but for some reason, Sleeper's not forcing it. So that's elite Fitzmagic and Tom Brady. I love it.
Hey, that's the vibes. The Walking Dead are among us right now with Fitzmagic and Brady. So. You like it?
Yeah, I like the 2 first picks.
Full PPR, and he goes robust running back. That takes balls.
So we're gonna go he's gonna bully the rest of the league with those running backs.
I am not. I am gonna take Puka here because for me it was either Puka, Harrison, or Devontae.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think they're not without flaw. I think Devontae is kind of old. Harrison, you never know with a rookie. Puka worries me with Cup coming back. I don't love any of them. That's why I took my running back first and grabbed the one I wanted, but I'll take Puka. So let me recap the first round here. Sorry. So full PPR, not tight end premium. We have McCaffrey, Lamb, Tyreek, Jefferson, Chase, St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Bijan Robinson, A.J. Brown, Breece Hall, Jonathan Taylor, and then the vampire takes Ryan Fitzpatrick because he has to take a retired player. And he follows that up with Tom Brady. We are back at the 205.
We're so back, baby.
Yeah. So I think, is there any particular strategy you guys are employing? Like for a Vampire League, I can tell you that I like to add kicker and defense because it makes it tougher because now you either have to punt 1 week at kicker or defense, or you have to burn a spot drafting a backup kicker and defense. So that's what I always do. You have to make a decision there. So
I didn't even see how deep the bench was.
It's only 15 picks, so I really don't want to I think wasting a bench spot on a kicker or defense is foolish because if you lose a starting position, like a skill position player, like you need those backups in Vampire League because we get nobody else. So I think you desperately need to get as many good players on your bench as possible because you're going to suffer injuries, right? You're probably going to lose somebody. So I'm okay taking the loss of kicker and defense just because the points are never that much from those guys. Oh, Henry.
Both of my running backs just came back from injury, so.
Right. That's the life of the running back. It's like, they're going to get hurt. Ooh, this will put an interesting spot here. I am tempted to go early quarterback in this. We'll see.
It's amazing. The second round was almost the exact opposite of the first round. People finally said, I don't think I really want any more of these receivers. And they just loaded up on running backs. So I think everyone went the exact opposite in the second round of what they did in the first, except for you. You went, like I said, you're the only one who went running back. Let's see if we get one of these 2 teams here. Being the first team to go receiver. We'll see how that plays out. Jesse is the Oh, it's going to be Jesse because he's going to go Devontae Adams. I know that.
I'm actually switching up. I'm going Drake London this time. I've got enough Devontae. Like I am trying to diversify a little bit here. Personally, I have London above Marvin Harrison, but they're same tier. Like I don't really care. You can just pick whoever you want between those guys. Like they're both pushing 150 targets. Going to be the wide receiver ones in their offenses. Like I'm really not worried about either one of those guys.
I have Harrison in a tier above.
I just like as a prospect coming out, I have London rated similarly to Harrison. And like they're both getting really good quarterback play this year, so like that's kind of where I'm at with those guys. But if you have them above, I got no preference between the two. So if you prefer them, yeah, for sure.
I got London scoring just a little bit more this year, anyways.
Yeah.
Hoping we can pick up the pace here a little bit. We're not exactly burning through these rounds, considering one pick's not even being made. Someone is on the first. The 101 is on here. Oh, there he goes.
The 101.
Okay, so let's recap the second round. We got Tom Brady, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Jahmyr Gibbs, Marvin Harrison Jr., Saquon Barkley, Travis Etienne, Derrick Henry, Devon Achane, Drake London, Devontae Adams, and Nico Collins to close it out. And then we have Stephon Diggs. Oh, the auto pick. So the Reddit guys, they finally went with a running back and got Josh Jacobs, and Jesse is back on the clock. I've almost called you Jeremy 6 times.
I know.
The guy next to you is Jeremy, so I don't
Jeremy,
know.
Jesse, we're all the same at this point. Yeah. There's a Jerry in the chat as well too. We got a Jerry B picking up the 5 spot. So Jerry, Jesse, Jeremy. Yeah, I'm kind of TBD on this one. Like, I'm almost tempted to go Isaiah Pacheco here and roll with Pacheco because I'm actually kind of sold on Pacheco, but my thought process is the running backs are going to come back in the range. I like those guys more than the wide receivers. So it really just is about diversifying. Or, I could be the first guy to take a tight end here and really just throw everything up for the Schitt's Creek, right? So go get my guy and do that. So I'm going to actually get my tight end one here.
Not tight end premium, though. That doesn't impact that for you?
No, I don't really care. I still want the guy because, I'm not worried about trading. I'm just looking for difference makers at each position. So if I can get the guy who I view as the biggest difference maker tight ends, that's fine with me because he's going to give me the most war over, if I took an Olave or if I took the running back Isaiah Pacheco, those guys are not going to give me the difference in war that McBride can if he hits the tight end one position. So that's kind of my thought process behind that.
I thought you triggered a tight end run there for a second.
Would have been fun. I was hoping for it.
Not me. Oh, this is my buddy at work. This is my buddy at work here. I'm surprised I haven't gotten any messages from him. Normally he Facebook messengers me during the draft, so looks like he's online. Wilson and Barkley. I almost wanted to say he's got the New York stack, but I forgot Barkley's on the Eagles now. That's so weird to me. I haven't adjusted to that yet. You said that earlier with the tush push, and I'm like, wait. Oh yeah, he's on the Eagles now.
Thankfully he's out of New York because
I gotta see him in New Jersey to do it.
Rough,
come on, Todd, make your pick. We don't have all night. Some of us got to work in the morning.
Work, schmirk. I mean, I love it.
I'm still on vacation another day.
Oh, mine doesn't start for 2 weeks.
There goes our quarterback.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not
taking Holmes could be one interesting choice, I will say.
Not taking the first QB off the board, let me tell you that. Yeah. I am on the board, and I am going to continue here because I don't want to get stuck on the end of.
Yeah, you're gonna miss out.
Oh, you know what? Normally I would wait because there's 6 tight ends left and only one person picking after me. So I'd pick something else. But given where I'm going to go with my next pick anyways, I don't think I care, and I'm just gonna go Andrews.
Oh, a little carrot on top to show us where we're going with the next pick. I wonder. Oh, Tebow! I love the vibes of this vampire team. This is the all vibes team. You got Tebow and Brady, Fitzpatrick. I think we're screwed. We're already behind the 8 ball.
The third round went Diggs, Josh Jacobs, Trey McBride, Sam Laporta, DK Metcalf, Isaiah Pacheco, Olave, Mahomes, Evans, Mark Andrews, Deebo Samuel, and then we have Tim Tebow to close it out. Adrian Peterson starts it off, followed by Jalen Waddle, and then I was really hoping somebody else would take this because I wanted my plan of why I was waiting on quarterback. I wanted to fuck it. You know what? I don't care.
Ooh,
I don't care. Fuck it. I'm going to go. I am going to take me some wide receiver here, but do I want Ayuk? I don't think I want Ayuk. I think I want Michael Pittman. I want Michael Pittman. That's who I want. So, yeah. I had a strategy in mind there, but this not having a player at the end who could potentially snipe me is really messing with me. And I'm like, oh, the player I wanted got back to me, but there's like 4 players above him on the board. So I'm like, I don't really want to reach,
Right.
so I'll just push it and then bitch next round when the player I want goes before me.
Of course, that's how it's going to go.
It always is. So
Yeah, I was hoping you didn't go Debo. So when you win Andrews, it made my pick real easy.
yeah, no, I'm notoriously out on Debo every year ever.
I'm the Debo guy in our group for sure. Like I like me some Debo. Like,
yeah, you did not have to worry about that. You could have told me I wanted Debo, and I still wouldn't have picked Debo. He wasn't even in consideration there. I would have gone Ayuk over Debo. I like Ayuk. Is this guy getting auto picked here? I don't understand this. How we got a timeout every round, then he checks back in, and then times back.
There he is.
Oh, he signs in with 2. No, he got
bang! Takes neighbors.
No,
like,
but you know what?
my
He's gonna come in just long enough to undo his auto pick, and then we're gonna have to do this timer every.
Yeah.
It's a free redraft Vampire League. People, make your picks.
I don't think he's going to come back.
Tight ends.
He's like, I got my guy neighbors. I'm out.
Anybody got the rainbow yet? Nope. We have
close. No, we got.
Stu is the first one who can hit it with a quarterback.
It's probably gonna be
the retired team is pretty close if they have a receiver.
Yeah, we had a couple of teams that have a shot.
I was going to, but there's too many quarterbacks left on the board, so there was no way I was drafting one in the 4th. Oh wait,
they can go Antonio Brown.
Beautiful.
That's the most exciting part for me now. He said he had a really fun retired team lined up, and I'm kind of excited to see what players are on that. That's the most entertaining part to me is who's left on the retired players list. I like that. Fitzpatrick, Brady, Tebow, Peterson. That's a loaded team in Madden, 10 years ago.
Frank Gore is probably in there somewhere.
Oh yeah. 5s.
Yep. Frank Gore. Who else is on there? There's probably a Roethlisberger.
Interesting. Yeah. It's
I don't
interesting.
I don't think the Mannings are in there anymore. And through 24 picks, only 8 quarterbacks have gone. Seem like only a few of us realize it's super flex. I don't know. I have one of those drafts every once in a while where people get brave and start pushing quarterback. And next thing you know, it's like people realize this is super flex, hey? And then all it takes is 2 or 3 people in a row to say, okay, I'm good for a quarterback now. And then they go 12 in the next 14 picks.
Especially if it's redraft. People are far more willing to push it in redraft than dynasty.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't care. Because if I screw up and I get stuck with it, it's 1 year. So
exactly.
All right. Are you going? Oh no, you can't complete the rainbow. You need.
No, I don't even have a running back yet. So now I got to make a decision. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Can bring the board up.
So I got some interesting ideas here. Yeah, I'm just gonna take my dude James Cook here. I'm not.
I was gonna say James Cook. I looked for 2 seconds, and James Cook was the easy pick for me after Mixon and Rachaad White go.
Yeah, and then Jeremy, Mr. Reddit, takes Josh Allen there, which is good value. I mean, 411 Josh Allen, you can't.
I'm not gonna lie, that auto pick team with Allen and Lamb and Adams and Jacobs is looking pretty solid.
It looks ferocious. Yeah, it's all about Jacobs with that team. If Jacobs does his thing, they'll be feeling pretty good. But Jacobs seems kind of sketchy this year.
All right, as we're about to complete the 4th, we've got Adrian Peterson to start it out. Waddle, Pittman, Ayuk, Neighbors, Kelsey, DJ Moore, Joe Mixon, Rachaad White, James Cook, Josh Allen, and we are still waiting for the 412, who is Jalen Hurts. We got a mini QB run here.
Hey.
Let's head back to the 5th, where he will be taking what I assume is a tight end, because there's only probably, 2 left in the top tier, 1 left in the top tier. I have Pitts Kittle for me is the last of that tier, and then Kincaid and Ingram. So I would assume this is a tight end pick, but that's just me.
Maybe. I mean, if you want to go like those top 6, 8 tight ends, then yeah, you have to take one here. And yep, there it is. Devontae, interesting. Oh, do I take him? It might have to be Zay Flowers time. I know I was kind of talking down on Flowers earlier, but I think I'm gonna go Flowers. Cup worries me. As fun as he is, man. Like I don't want to deal with the injury concerns with Cooper Kupp this year. So could go running back. I'm gonna push it a little bit. I'm going to take Zay Flowers here.
CJ Stroud.
I'm surprised. Like over Lamar's kind of surprising. Like,
I am hanging by a thread. You shot your fucking god damn it.
You didn't think he was coming back, did you? All the way?
No. I told you I was gonna wait till he got drafted before me, and I was just gonna bitch about it because I was gonna take him last round. But I looked and I'm like, fuck it. Allen and Hurts are still on the board. I'm not doing it.
You can
and
still
then
get the guy
there's 4
for
quarterbacks who go before it gets back to me, and I'm going, why didn't I just fucking take one? It doesn't matter because I'm still gonna get unless the next 3 picks are these 3 players, I'm still all right. But
I think you'll be fine.
Well, no, Todd's going to take a quarterback here. Todd's going to take Richardson, I think.
I mean, yeah, he's a really good pick. You can go Cup. I don't mind Cup. Like, as much as I was just talking negatively about him, I think he's a very solid pick.
I didn't think anyone would take Lamar. I was honestly thinking he would get auto-picked. That's what scared me. He's normally the quarterback everyone, they take Stroud, they take Richardson. Nobody, he just goes, fuck me.
Oh, we missed him. Oh, looks like you're waiting on Corby now.
No, if Burrow gets to me, I'll take Burrow. If not, I'm punting quarterback because I don't fucking care.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to chug it along.
Yep. The teams that punt quarterback usually like their roster. I mean, as long as you find it to a point, right? And you have somebody that's playable. If we're talking where you got Stafford or one of those guys down in that range, it's a little bit more sketchy.
But I'm taking Burrow. I don't like that. I really wish I had gone quarterback. So I could have had Allen, Hurts, or Lamar. Instead, I got greedy and ended up with Joe Burrow. So,
I mean, it's not bad. There's Frank Gore. There he is, Frank Gore.
Like I said, in a dynasty league, well, you know what? In a dynasty league, I don't think the drop off from Lamar to Burrow is nearly as much. But in a redraft league, you can play hero shit like that, and you don't care if you get burned like I did. But so the 5th round was Kittle, Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, Stroud, Pitts, Lamar, Cooper Kupp, Richardson, Dalton Kincaid, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Frank Gore. And then we come back around with Jay Ajayi. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
If I was him, I would have started with like 6 quarterbacks here, hoping nobody was paying attention, and I would just start a quarterback run. But that's just me. See, this is the spot in the draft where I like to take a quarterback because I don't particularly love the top of the board here.
Man, Tank Dell staring you right in the face.
I like Ingram and I like Njoku. No, I don't like the Houston situation. I like Walker. My top receiver on the board is probably Pickens.
The problem is there's a lot of like similar wide receivers in this range. So you kind of have to make up your mind with which ones you're deciphering and how you view those guys, because
I don't like
you can make the case for about 20 wide receivers here. Like, no joke. There's about 20 guys I can make the case for.
I do. So yeah, I'd like to avoid week 12 or week 14 buys. So that's why Tank Dell I'm not going to take. In a Vampire League, I don't want that. So I'm going with Ken Walker.
I just realized that.
Yeah, I got 2 week 12 guys. I'm like, yeah, such is life. It's gonna be glorious.
All right.
Well, yours are even more. Oh no, they're not. I was gonna say I thought you had 2 at the same position. I don't. But
oh no.
No, I spared them out good.
Well, because it's limited bench space. So even if my team stays healthy, the last thing I want is 4 guys with the same bye week. Because even if they're healthy, I'm still gonna have no fucking extra players. So
yeah, that's the hard part.
So I'm avoiding week 14 players and probably week 12 players. So if you're smart, you can read the board and you can tell exactly what players I'm going to be punting. But
I wonder. Yeah, you have to make a decision on which roster group or position you're going to roster on your bench and how you want to do that. Because you can decide to just just go 1Z at the tight end, 1Z at the quarterback. But if you get an injury, you're screwed. So you kind of have to play that narrow edge and figure out how you want to do it.
I never, in any of the leagues I've done like this, the Vampire Leagues, I've never only drafted 1 quarterback. Like I'll use my last 4 rounds here will be quarterback, tight end, running, or a kicker, DST. I don't care. I always use them. I just hate having to make a deal with the Vampire.
Yeah, it's tough.
This will be my first Vampire League, so we'll see how it goes.
This is my first in 5 years. It's been a long time, but it's really fun. I hope you enjoy it because it's like all these individual leagues and the unique stuff of them are a lot of fun. So it makes it interesting. That's what I like because the traditional redraft I kind of get bored of. So like
the Vampire ones are 50-50. Thanks for joining us. Did we get to this comment?
Take care, Jimmy.
I don't get how White goes over Cook either. I think they're both similar, but I have Cook higher, and I think Mixon higher. But no, my point was in the Vampire Leagues, I find it's almost entirely relies on the Vampire, how much fun you have. Because last year in one of the leagues, we had a Vampire who got off to a great start, but she didn't pay attention and didn't steal from any of the people she beat. And it was a complete waste of time. Whereas I've also seen ones where, the Vampire starts off 0-3 and they just quit and it sucks. But you get in a league with a Vampire who gets on a roll, it's terrifying. So
they become a super team. This is what it is.
Will also, there's also, I should note, and that's the one I forgot to mention. I forget how it works exactly. I have to custom set the schedules, I believe, afterwards, because the Vampire gets to pick the schedule.
Oh, okay.
So that's the other reason to avoid bad buys, because like the first thing I'm doing if I'm your Vampire, I probably should have mentioned that, but we haven't done one all year and I forgot. So if I look, first thing I do is I look and say my team, my best players are probably on buy. Like if you find someone whose first 3 players are all on week 14 buy, well, you're facing that team in week 14 and then they're screwed.
Yep.
But the other thing, like I said, so it'll be 14 weeks. The Vampire will get to pick one matchup with each player during the week 5 to 14 period, wherever the bye weeks are, those weeks. The additional weeks, some teams will play the Vampire twice. The Vampire can only steal from them once. The other matchup, it's just a normal matchup. So you don't have to worry about, because someone's going to face the Vampire twice, and that's not fair.
Yeah, it's rough.
Round 6 went Ajayi, Kamara, Ken Walker, Cooper, Swift, Stevenson, Tank Dell, Pickens, Aaron Jones, Kyler, James Conner, and Keenan Allen. We start the 7th with Montgomery, Evan Engram, Adunze, McLaurin, Jordan Love, and we are halfway through the 7th round. We're actually making not bad time for a 15 round draft. We're about on pace for an hour.
Yeah, we'll say on Derek's comment about Cook and White. I love Cook, but like White's going to get volume. Like that's what White's going to get. So unless you're saying Cook's going to get more volume and get those touchdowns, like it's like you can make the case White is going to have a better year for him. So I don't think we have to be that extreme one way or the other.
Don't mind me, boys. We're about to get smaller in the stream because the board is getting deeper and we are about to get smaller.
Oh, we mini me now.
We are.
Yeah, I like Dak in that range. That's a good value pick.
That's what I was hoping would fall, right, Tim?
Looking at the quarterbacks available, there's still some really good ones. Like
I almost passed on Burrow and thought to myself, if he takes Burrow, I'll just draft Dak.
Like the guys available, like you could still go those first 5. You can make the 6. Actually, you can make the first case for it.
This is me. So I need a running back. I need a running back or a receiver who doesn't have
the same bye week. Yeah,
I guess it doesn't really matter. None of my bye weeks conflict for those positions. I'd like to avoid week 14 or 12, but so let's see what the flex positions have. Oh, I see the name already. I don't even have to scroll down. There we go. It's Chris Godwin season.
So hell yeah, baby. Week 11. Yeah.
The problem is I know who I normally drafted the 9th round, but I fucking hate being in a draft with you son of a bitch. So 7th round, David Montgomery, Evan Engram, Roma Dunze, Terry McLaurin, Jordan Love, Christian Kirk, Dak, Xavier Worthy, Tony Pollard, Chris Godwin, and Jake Ferguson. And we have Des Bryant and Julian Edelman in here.
Beautiful.
Shia brings up some Lad McConkey, and
that's a good pick there. I like that.
8th round here. Who do I
Lad's been balling out.
We're going back to the flex here.
Wide receiver 4, I'll take it.
Did I hit any bye week issues? No, I did not. So let's scroll. I do not love the top of this board, let me tell you that. This is the spot I really don't love, and I'll just jump around early here. I would normally wait till Deontay comes back to me, but with this sniping son of a bitch in the fucking stream with me, he's going to take Deontay from me, you son of a bitch who I keep calling Jeremy.
Yeah,
no Deontay for you.
He wasn't coming back.
No, I know he wasn't. That's why I took him now. I didn't love anyone else on the board, and I knew you weren't going to let him get back to me. So,
Daddy.
What's up, babe?
Hello.
think we're going to have to wait another 30 seconds.
Every time with this guy. Every
Hey,
time. What does he need?
sometimes,
He needs
you know,
a
you got
tight
to make
end.
sure. You got to make sure with your pick. You're
Are
like,
there
let
any
me get
tight
my
ends
guy
left
here.
on
It's
the
fine.
board? Bowers and Joker. He should go with tight end. There's still some decent ones. But you know what the funny part is? Every time he's offline and then pops back on with like 3 seconds left and gets auto-picked.
Yeah.
He
I think
pops
he's like
back
not
on
paying
just
attention to the
long.
draft and then gets
And he
the
pops back on
notification.
just long enough to undo the fucking auto-pick.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like, oh, you're on the clock now. It's like, oh, let me log in real quick. I think it's one of those. That's my guess.
I'm just waiting for the green dot to come up. Nope. He goes Jordan.
I think he's auto now because he went Addison.
Yeah, I see. He has 3 players with a week 6 bye.
That's rough.
Not
Take a
great.
loss on week 6, guys, you know? Yeah, like with the whole situation of this, like I really don't. You don't want to go super heavy with this.
Well, okay, but so in a normal league, I would just say, screw it. I don't care. I'll just take the loss in week 6. But the first thing the Vampire is going to do is say, I want to face you in week 6, which means
exactly.
he's going to end up playing him without Mahomes, Worthy, or Addison. And then what's going to happen is if he can't win, he leaves Bijan exposed, unless he just says fuck it and benches Bijan and plays the bottom of his bench. But he's going to lose Neighbors, Swift, Worthy, Addison, someone. So, yeah, I don't know.
At least week 1, you find out whose team the Vampire thinks is the easiest to beat.
Yeah, right. He's like, give me that.
Yeah. That was my favorite. I got to be the Vampire in one of these leagues, and I was like, this is so much fun. I get to pick when I want to face these fucking guys.
Right. I don't want to deal with that early. He's also week 11. That would give me 3 guys week 11. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to take Brooks here, which is disappointing. Fuck it. This is just, this pains me. Come here, Najee. Come on the team. SC, that one's for you. That one's for you, SC. I'm not really a big Najee fan. Like, I would much rather go Brooks, but I would have 3 guys in week 11. I'm like, no, I'm trying to avoid that.
I'm trying to reconfigure this stream here, so don't mind me. I'm trying to set us up above our boards, but the problem is me and him are on the are back to back, so I have to cram us way up at the top here next to each other. You're by yourself above your pick.
I was gonna say we're right by our face, next to our name.
Yeah. Which team's mine? Oh, mine's Hall, right?
Yeah.
Normally it's easy.
Hall,
I just
Taylor.
put us above our banner. Like yours is centered under you,
Perfect.
Jesse, but ours doesn't work out because we're back to back. But
I'm over my team too. This is well done.
So 8th round was Julian Edelman, McConkey, Deontay Johnson, Jaden Reed, Jordan Addison, Calvin Ridley, Bowers, Mostert, Rashi Rice, Najee Harris, D-Hop, Keon Coleman. We have a team taking a second tight end here to start off the 9th with David Njoku.
Interesting. Can I go there? Yeah,
you are on the clock in
6
need
more rounds.
of. You are really just looking at running back wide receivers.
Yeah, basically. That's all I'm looking at right now. I'm just trying to decide because if I go one, I'm not taking the other in the next pick. So I'm determining. Oh man, I really want to take him. I'm gonna mix it up and go JSN here.
JSN, nice.
Since he's week 10, it's a little different. Did a little differentiation.
I don't know who I'm taking with my first pick. I think I know who I'm going to take with my 10th rounder here. I won't say, but it's someone I've been getting on board the hype train with this week, and he had a great day at training camp today, and I listened to it on the radio all day long about how awesome he was. And if you know what area I live in, you know what sports team radio network I get, and you could probably figure out who I'm getting in the 10th round here.
I'm trying to
Xavier Leggett.
Nope. Jesse, you know hilarious. Me. You can put the pieces together. What market do I live in?
Is it the Detroit market?
Yes, it is.
It is. So, you're taking him? Oh boy.
Yes, it is. He's been going off. The hype train is getting out of control on Detroit sports networks, and he is going to be my pick if he gets back to me.
I think he'll make it back to you.
I was starting to buy in already. I was taking him in the 13th and 14th round, but it seems like every week that passes, I get 1 round higher on him. So we'll see. Although
I'm not going to get him. You can have him.
My buddy on the clock right now is a diehard Lions fan and might take him. I'm sure you figured out it's Jameson Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
I was like, I know
the
you're
beginning
in the
of last
area.
year. But I was the guy who was out on him at the beginning of last year. But I thought he ended the season well, and the hype train is getting out of control in Detroit.
Well, yeah, if you look at like what Matt Harmon said, he was like a completely different player like the back half of the year. He was more NFL quality. Beginning of the year, he was awful, but he kind of figured it out, and there's been a ton of hype about him. You're right. I do worry about his fantasy, like how viable he's going to be in fantasy, like just because they have such talent there already. So it's just going to be really hard. But
is this Todd taking his time to scroll down the board and try and find Jamison Williams? That's what's going on. Nick Chubb.
Nice. Oh, Nick Chubb, ballsy. Like, he's not going to be ready. It's like early on. So, like, kind of similar to Brooks. I just have much more confidence Brooks is going to be back than Chubb.
Okay. So, let's see.
There he is.
Don't you tell me. I told you I wasn't going to take him with this pick. I said next pick.
I'm going to get him right. I'm just going to.
Yeah, right.
Say,
exactly. That'd be hilarious.
2 picks, and I know he doesn't want him. So we have.
Just setting it up.
9th round. I love that pick. I'm sure you do too. But 9th round goes David Njoku, Hollywood Brown, JSN, Zamir White, Christian Watson, Jonathan Brooks, Nick Chubb, Javonte Williams, Brock Purdy, which is solid value, Zach Moss, Jared Goff, and Marshawn Lynch. Next, we start up with AJ Green. I secretly love this.
I was like, Marshawn Lynch, what the hell? I was like, oh yeah, Vampire.
I love this Vampire team.
You just drafted a Hall of Fame team over there. I love it. That's so much fun.
This Vampire team secretly makes me happy to look at. You know what's going to be sad though is when you see them all get dropped, and it's like, oh,
I know.
We've all had that on our dynasty team. That player we've just had like for years, and it's like I should really cut him, but I couldn't do it. And
yeah, I was making waiver claims for Mason in San Francisco, and I was like, oh, there's Michael Gallup on my roster. All right, see you later, Michael Gallup. I was like, that was a fun run.
Spent one day in Vegas and said, I'm done.
Oh, what? Go. That is way early on draft. I thought he was going to fall. Boo. Good pick.
Oh, B-Rob?
Robinson. Yeah, he's like way down in ADP.
Yep. I had to keep scrolling for him.
Yeah, he's like in the 130s. I was like, I'll be able to get him. It'll be fine. No.
I was in a league the other day. I forget what league it was, but we were doing a draft in a real league with a certain female. You know her. I won't name names. Who drafted him in the first round. Not realizing it was the wrong B. Robinson.
Oh, no.
I won't name names. I
have an idea.
She got B. Robinson. It wasn't Bijan.
They're like, no.
106 or something like that. Yeah. I can't believe Bijan fell to me. No, Bijan went 103. You drafted Brian Robinson at 106. Congratulations.
Imagine that he hits.
Did you ever see someone posted it was a celebrity like 4 years ago? The year he used the 101 and accidentally drafted Matt Barkley.
Yeah. That was in Scott Fishbowl.
Yeah, it was a celebrity too who did it and said, I just drafted Barkley 101. And they're like, dude, that's Matt Barkley, the quarterback, not
oh, no. Well, if you guys are going to give me fucking Tyjae Spears here in this round, I'm going to take him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with that.
I know who I want to get back to me. I'm not sure. How does it start the timer at 102? 1 minute and 2 seconds. How's that even an option? I don't get that.
Magic.
All right. So the 10th round is AJ Green, Brian Robinson, Jamison Williams, Jalen Warren, Devin Singletary, BTJ, Austin Eckler, Gus Edwards, Caleb Williams, Tyjae Spears, Dallas Goedert, and Romeo Doubs. I was having this conversation in one of my drafts with Chuck Bass, and someone got auto-picked Austin Eckler and then complained that they didn't want it. They hit I don't know what it was, but they wanted the pick back. They couldn't sign him, blah, blah, blah. And I said, this was like the 10th round. And I said, if we could go back in time 2 years and I told you your 10th round auto pick would be Austin Eckler and you would refuse that pick, would you fucking believe me? Like, you don't want Austin Eckler in the 10th round? How 2 years changes things in fantasy. So all those people in Dynasty who say, this guy's going to be awesome on my roster for the next 5 to 10 years. Well, things fall off pretty quick. Austin Eckler, now a 10th round pick. Last year, Austin Eckler was the 103, 104? He's a 10th rounder this year.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. Interesting. I'm going to take the rookie QB.
He doesn't help his cause, though, because have you ever seen a fantasy football or a football player say, blatantly for fantasy, I want a lower workload? Like, I want the pass catching role. I don't want all the heavy workload. I've never seen a player say that before.
I mean, that's who he's always been, right? Like, it makes sense. So, I don't think he's
smart. But...
Yeah. Be like, give me all the work. Be like, dude, no, that's not you.
We have a QB2 run.
Hell yeah. I was like, these quarterbacks are not lasting. I'm grabbing one now. I'm just going to get one.
You dirty rats. You let the auto pick H into a QB2 run. And did this okay?
Well,
Did this like, oh,
once
no,
Caleb
Fireman
went,
picked the pick, and then he went auto
once
pick.
Caleb went, I was like, I'm going to do it now because they're not going to come back. So
Ugh.
I'm going to get
okay,
those guys.
Now I'm going to wait.
Chains, baby.
I don't want any of these quarterbacks. They're all in the
Exactly.
same range for me, and I'm punting. I don't care.
Just wait for Gino. Gino's a stud.
I will wait. The problem is I don't like any of the players left on the board. I don't have my timer up. If I get under 10 seconds, can you tell me while I scroll through
you have
this?
35 seconds. You got put.
Oh, never mind. The player I want's this high on the board. There we go.
Another Ford.
I have
Ford Cup, baby.
I have insane ownership of 3 or 4 players. 4 players I never thought I'd be high on. Godwin, Deontay, Zach Moss, Jerome Ford, 5 if Jameson Williams. I have like the same 5 players in every draft from like round 7 to 13. It's over and over and over in every fucking draft. But okay. Round 11, Trey Benson, Tua, Jaden Daniels, Chase Brown, Curtis Samuel, Justin Herbert, Pat Freiermuth, Cortland Sutton, Trevor Lawrence, Jerome Ford, TJ Hawkinson, Jason Witten. Is that Jay? What's it?
Oh, man, I forgot we got a drafted kicker in defense.
Joe Horn? Joe Horn.
Yes, sir. Joe Horn, baby. He's back.
Dude, I can't even draft a backup kicker now. Damn it. Oh, now I got to take a look here and see if I screwed myself with any back-to-back buys there. Buy 11.
I mean, you're going to have some overlap. It's basically impossible to avoid.
Fuck it. You know what I'm going to do then, right? I'm going to start
the run. I know you. Yep, here it comes. Bang. Brendan Aubrey for the win. Are you going different kicker?
Let's go Aubrey.
Yeah, I figured you would.
It was always Aubrey or Tucker for me, but it was Tucker last time, so it's Aubrey this time.
Wow, we're
49ers DST by Todd. Wow. Yikes, that was speedy. We're on pace here. Last draft, what was it? 15 rounds was what, the Gauntlet League?
Yeah.
Was it? No, Gauntlet.
No, it was the
Guillotine.
Whatever. Yeah, Guillotine. That's right.
Oh, but that was 18 teams. That's why. Yeah, the Gauntlet League we have Sunday next weekend. Saturday we have the Frankenstank mock draft, which I highly recommend you try out the mock with us and then go. I think it's a $20 buy-in, but it is easily the most fun league I have ever played in. I'm going to do the live draft at the expo, but you can there's only 2 or 3 live drafts. The rest are online. It's awesome. Nice. It's the Monster League. That's so much fun.
It sounds like I know there's so many individual things about it that make it really tantalizing. It sounds like absolute chaos, which I know I would enjoy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, how many do we got? We got 2.
Oh, Kirk Cousins was the quarterback I would have taken, but he worries me that he's not going to be ready. But I
have him already practicing.
Yeah, I know, but it's early. What's who posted? I was arguing with someone the other day because someone in my draft was berating somebody else for not wanting Nick Chubb in the 8th or 7th round or something. And we're like, yeah, Nick Chubb, he has no knees or whatever. And they're like, he posted some hype tweet that someone posted about how awesome Nick Chubb looked running sprints. Well, of course. This is what happens every year. They look great running sprints. Wait till he posts the video of him where he can't cut left or right. That's the one that matters.
Right.
What are we doing? But round 12, Joe Horn, Kirk Cousins, Brandon Aubrey, Zeke Elliott, Blake Corum, 49ers DST, the most overvalued tight end in football right now, Cole Kmet, Xavier Legette, Tyler Lockett. What do we have? A Seahawks around here? Zach Charbonnet, A.D. Mitchell, and we will see how the 12th round ends. What's he going to go?
God, these tight ends are gross. I'm looking at the tight ends available, and I'm like, oh, I want to vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take one, too.
I'm thinking this has got to be a DST or a kicker here, but
probably.
We'll see. Well, he already has 2 tight ends. Could be a backup or another quarterback. Oh, it's Chubbard. I like Chubbard early on because I don't know if Brooks will be ready, but I know they say he'll be ready, but do we ever really know? They said the same thing. J.K. Dobbins was calling people out on that. What was it, last year? I'm going to be ready. You don't know shit. Well, it turns out the reporter was right, and J.K. Dobbins wasn't ready. So.
Who is the fucking tight end?
Rogers.
Dalton Schultz. You're awful. What was my bye week for my tight ends? Week 11? Oh, I do not like these backups. I guess I got to go Musgrave here.
Do
not like these tight ends enough.
You can go Cade.
Oh God, Mister just routes run for nothing. I'm gonna take Musgrave and take the shot on the guy who I like. It's risky, but like with these tight ends available, I do not like any of these guys.
I'm really glad you started talking before I did there, because I almost transitioned myself into a very inappropriate joke. Thank you for not getting me canceled by cutting me off there. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will tell you off air the joke I was going to make. It was very funny, not so much appropriate. You know what the funny part was? I didn't even mean it the way it was going to come out, but I was like, "Oh, that's going to sound bad."
You're like, hold on.
But like I said, I was phrasing the joke in my head, and then you started talking. And as I phrased the joke in my head, waiting for you to stop talking, I was like, "Oh, I can't say that on air."
You're like, wait a second.
It's a family show.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We're not a family show, but
not so much.
We also don't want to be canceled. So,
I mean, we start on that line. You can.
Is that me on the clock as I'm screwing?
That is.
Yep.
You got a minute. You're fine.
Okay.
Now people aren't. I was gonna say people aren't gonna know who you picked, like they really care in the 13th round. But I'm just saying.
I'm going DST. I'm going. Damn it! How many Cowboys do I have?
Double Cowboys. Let's go. Get them both. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but do I have any more up here? No, I don't. Good. I know. I couldn't remember if I took Dak or not, because I wanted Dak. I was like, I don't really want their kicker, DST, and
your
quarterback
entire team.
in Vampire League. I'll pass.
I was thinking, like, I don't need a tight end too. I'll just pick it up on the waivers. And I was like, nope, never mind. I can't use waivers. I got to take a tight end. I was like, no.
So I'm going to be punting a week here at one of the positions, because I can't draft the backup at any of the. I can't draft all four backups at the 4 one-offs. A tight end, a quarterback, a kicker, and a defense. So I'm going to have to punt 2 of them, which is not normally what I do, but my little run here of guys I normally pick just fell to me. So,
I mean, week 7's not terrible.
Tucker and Tucker? Oh, you dirty bastard. You really screwed anybody else who wants a kicker. I love it. Good. I mean, you're going to get the worst DST in the league, but fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a bad strategy at all, actually.
I'm going to take
the defense that I'm going to get. I don't think anybody will target.
And I was thinking, like, I just want as many shots at these, like, back-end running backs. So, like, I was like, I'm definitely not going to take a backup. But, like, I 100% get it.
I think Watson is the best value on the board, so I took him as a backup. And then when it gets to me, I'm going to take whoever the best available backup is out of a kicker, a DST, and a tight end. So that's my strategy. I don't know about you guys.
Run, baby.
But to recap the 13th, we had Aaron Rodgers, Kendre Miller, Luke Musgrave, Dalton Schultz, the Jets, Gabe Davis, Matt Stafford, Ben Sinnott, Hunter Henry, Cowboys DST, Justin Tucker, Michael Crabtree. He should draft who was the DB he was fighting with? Was it Richard Sherman? That should have been his next pick.
Yeah, it was.
And he follows that up with Gronk, and we are back at it here in the 14th round. We made good damn time. We're going to be under an hour.
Not too bad at all. What's your schedule like?
Flying. Come on, Todd. Let's go. I'm trying to look here to see if anyone's really screwed on bye weeks, but it's really tough to view the whole freaking screen.
The auto pick. If you look at their receivers, they have a few that have that week 5 bye.
Yeah, they've got 2 that have a week 5 bye. Luckily, they have like 6 receivers. They have not drafted a kicker or a defense, which I assume they're going to auto pick a kicker and a defense here.
I think it's going to force them to.
Yeah. You would think.
Man, just this kicker run.
This is a kicker run. And you're all screwed because the 3 best kickers are gone already. Love it.
I'm actually going to take the better defense here.
I was going to say, boy, do you have to go defense here, because you hit that tier where the last real kicker that I really wanted was Bass. Koo, I would have taken, but
I don't mind. Like, there's a couple of these guys I don't mind. So I was like, I'll just take the best defense available, and whoever kicker falls back is fine.
I'm trying to zoom out on the board here. We got a couple of week 9, couple of week 5, week 14, 12, 12, 12, 12. So the auto draft team has 4 players on bye in week 12: quarterback, tight end, kicker, running back. That's not great.
I have 2 on week 11, it looks
12,
like, 12, and then it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, but you can make do with 2 or 3. It's when you start getting more than 3 is a problem. 12, 10, 10, 14. This one has a couple of 14. CJ Stroud, Terry McLaurin, Dalton Schultz. They're not their best players, so it doesn't matter. It's when it's your like 3 or 4 best players that are all on bye, or a one-off position where you have no backup. Like Jerry B here, he has Chase, Pitts,
There goes Dick.
Curtis Samuel, and a DST on bye, and I get it doesn't sound like much, but he could probably use a backup DST here. Okay, so round 14 was Gronk, Butker, Deshaun Watson, Moody, McPherson, Elliott, Sanders, and a huge kicker run. Isaiah Likely, Bass, the Chiefs, Koo, Dicker, and we get to the final round as I continue to tinker around here and look to see who else is completely screwed. 12, 12, 12, 12. Pretty much this guy's entire team is on bye either week 12 or week 14. That's fun.
That's rough.
12, 12, 12. There's a whole lot of teams on bye week 12. Let me tell you that. So that's the other thing. If you got to be overloaded, I guess week 12 is the one to go, and then just hope somebody has it worse than you and the vampire picks them week 12 and you dodge.
Entirely possible. Yeah.
Ooh, Beats by Dre has 1, 2, 3, 4 on week 9 and 4 on week 5. That ain't great.
All right. I'm really done.
Players with week 5.
Oh, these are all late bye weeks too. That's not fun.
What are you looking? Kicker?
Yeah, probably Fairbairn here.
Yeah, at this point, you're just looking to avoid any bad bye weeks. So you're looking to avoid week 10, it looks like, I would say.
My starting lineup, I have Kyler and Trey are the only ones that are overlapping, really. Like, I mean, maybe there's injury or something. Because I guess I got flex JSN, so I don't really have an overlapping issue unless I'm going with Daniels in a week or something. So I think, like, I really don't want to do week 14, though, man. That's playoffs. But I think he's the best kicker, so probably going to take Fairbairn here, which is unfortunate. But okay, let's go with Fairbairn.
We are almost done. So I'm not sure who I want. Like I said, I'm going to take the best of. It's not going to be kicker. It's probably not going to be DST. The question is going to be, is there a halfway usable tight end left to draft?
Oh, tight end? Oof. Yeah.
No, but that's what I mean. I wanted whoever was the best out of the next tight end, DST or kicker. DST and kicker are screwed. Tight end.
I mean, you could roll with Taysom Hill and do that great chaos that is Taysom Hill, but like, it's really tough to play, man. Yeah, for real, right? Put him in. I can do the super flex spots if we had it. That would be great. Like what people talking about.
No, I have 2 on the same bye week here in week 7. So I'd like to take a DST or a kicker that aren't week 7 or 10 or 11. Oh, Jesus Christ. Can I find a kicker or a DST with an early bye? Bye 10-10. The kicker.
The Los Angeles Chargers.
There you go, baby.
Or the Titans.
Yeah, his defenses are not great.
Maybe the Lions.
Your boy Kamani Vidal staring you in the face, by the way. Oh, there he is right there. Yeah. I was like, you can't go without taking him. You got just ride the tight end experience out for a week.
So we finish it out here with Ravens, Browns, Fairbairn, Steelers, Gay, Eagles, Troy Franklin, the Bucks, the Bills, Kamani Vidal, Falcons, and Mike Nugent. So that concludes our Vampire startup draft here. Obviously, this team will be dropping all these players and adding. I almost want to get out and see it converted over to the league and just stay in the stream. Like if I knew this guy was on here and would immediately start adding players, I would stay in the lobby just to let everyone see who he adds. But it doesn't look like he's online, so we may not get to wait around for that. Any thoughts here, guys? Any major mistakes you made? It was kind of just wing it here and hope you don't screw yourself too bad on buys.
On mine, it's just my tight ends. Because I just got Fergie and Hawkinson. So I just got to hope Hawkinson comes back before that week 7 bye.
Yeah, I think Ferguson's good. I think Ferguson would be fine for you. I wouldn't be too worried about him. But yeah, he's not Hawkinson, but I think he's passable.
I don't love
that. Aaron? What do you think?
I don't love that I didn't do what I normally do, and I didn't leave myself with a backup tight end, kicker, or DST. I don't normally do that. So even if those 3 positions, well, DST can't be unhealthy, so you don't necessarily need a backup, but I like to have a backup kicker and tight end here because now even if both Andrews and Aubrey stay healthy, I'm short those positions at least 1 week because of a bye. So
yeah, I was just like, I'm fine with the kicker. It's whatever. Like I'll survive the 8-point loss or whatever it is. And we lose, we lose. It is what it is.
Well, tight end I think hurts more when it's Andrews. The kicker, it's 8 to 12 points. So oh well. But all right. Well, thank you for tuning in to the FFU 2024 Vampire League Draft. Thank you to Shia for joining us. I am Aaron. This is Jesse. Of course, I had a 50% chance, and I pointed the wrong way. We will be back tomorrow. Not sure what we have on tap tomorrow, but we will be live tomorrow during lunch hour. We still doing Scott Fishbowl rosters, or did we get through all those?
No, we have so many to get through. I've gone through like half of them, dude. There's so many.
Every time we do a show, 18 more people tag us with new ones. So I guess we'll be doing more of those tomorrow. So stay tuned.
I'm going to do them all. I will make sure we get through them all. It's just going to take me time.
Tomorrow at noon where we do another. You want to do another 500 thumbnails or whatever, and we can just keep going all week with those.
Yeah, let's go through ones too.
Make us some more thumbnails. So tune in tomorrow. We'll get more. Thank you all for tuning in. Oh, did we?
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.